We are bringing in the latest news coverage, where we could see dozens of people being shot and killed by what it seems to be gunshots ringing out in the middle of the night after sunset, as video footage captured by several eyewitnesses show that dozens to hundreds of people who they were attending for the Anime Expo at the Los Angeles Convention Center were being rained down with gunfire, and some were shown to have been shot. Many ran around in all directions across the streets of Figueroa Street and Pico Boulevard, and some ran inside the convention center, as panic ensues all around, with several vehicles were seen to be crashing, in a desperate attempt to drive away from the danger. Emergency services had arrived at the scene and workers described the scene as utter chaos with many people dead, countless injured. We are now live from one of top reporters on the scene of chaos as he is covering the news story of what he called this as the night of blood and bullets. George, are you here?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Trent. I am currently here at the South Hall entrance of the Los Angeles Convention Center, where as you can see or hear around me, it is total chaos as emergency services, and even police and ambulances, are rushing in towards the scene. Everywhere I could see dozens of people injured, and I even heard from medical workers that there might be fatalities in this area. It had just happened when people initially thought it might be fireworks, but when they heard the sound patterns of what it could be burst shots, they all tried to head to safety, but many were being gunned down and some were even killed instantly. The gunfire is believed to have lasted somewhere between 50 to 90 seconds before the gunfire subsided.
Do you know how many casualties are on the scene?
Given the scale of this situation, I expect that the number of fatalities or injuries may be considerably high, given the fact that there are at least over several dozens, or even up to hundreds of people were at the entrance of the Los Angeles Convention Center just moments before the shooting event happens. I am not sure whether if there are people injured inside the convention center, but I am confident that the number of casualties inside may be low. However, I cannot rule out the possibility that there may be someone injured or killed inside the convention center. The same thing goes to other vehicular accidents, and I felt that several people may have been injured there, which it began when one car ran a red light, and everything had happened so fast.
Do you know who is behind this attack? Who could have done such a thing to shoot down such a large crowd at the convention center in this hour?
We haven't got any information about the suspect yet. However, we do know that this is not an accident. It is a deliberate terrorist attack, and we are sure that the culprits are shooters who we think they are using high-powered weapons, like an assault or sniper rifles. A lot of victims are being sent to nearby hospitals, so for the number of casualties, we will get more soon, and forensic experts will be looking into the ballistics of the rounds, which will show what weapon that it was used during the shooting. However, we have found unconfirmed evidence from local investigators that there are numerous video footage showing the flying object by what it looks like a paraglider flying southward across Interstate 10 near the interchange of Interstate 110 before it appeared to have vanished. As we speak, police are currently cordoning off the 5-mile-wide area around the convention center to search around for any possible suspects and to trace the location on where the shots have fired.
You say that eyewitnesses spot a paraglider which it was seen gliding across just all shootings. If that is the case, then do we have information where did the paraglider first appeared?
Not sure. We don't have the information yet at this time, but until we will get new information regarding this current crisis, we have to be vigilant, as the paraglider might have belonged to the terrorists, but we will give you new information as soon as it is available to us. Meanwhile, we have to be careful as it is possible that there could be more shootings around the area somewhere.
You're probably right. Whoever did this must be at large, and if they could have a paraglider, it would mean that the origin of these shots might be from high-rise buildings. George, this could be useful information to the authorities on where do they have to search first. Thank you for your time, George, and please keep in touch.
Will do, Thomas Trent.
The following message is transmitted at the request by the Los Angeles Police Department. 3 people were reported to have been killed at Whittier Boulevard in the neighborhood district of Boyle Heights. The perpetrator of these shootings is unknown, but it is believed by several eyewitnesses to be related to the previous shooting at the Los Angeles Convention Center since less than 4 hours ago. As a precaution, residents within a 3-mile radius of Whittier Boulevard and Boyle Heights are strongly advised to shelter in place. To shelter in place, barricade or lock all windows and doors. Do not go outside, as you might risk getting shot outdoors. If you must travel, you do so at your own risk. Authorities will be patrolling areas within a 5-mile radius of the Los Angeles Convention Center and the Whittier Boulevard-Euclid Avenue intersection, and are continuing to work on their efforts to find the culprits of these shootings. Continue to monitor local radio and television outlets for further updates and information.
This is KABC 7 bringing in the 6 a.m. morning news on July 8, 2022. Today we have brought you the update of a current crisis that has just took place at the Los Angeles Convention Center last night, which has sent shockwaves and chills among the citizens and members of the public. At approximately 7:40 p.m., video footage recorded several gunshots ringing out across the night sky in downtown Los Angeles. This shooting has just occurred during the Anime Expo. The video depicted by thousands of viewers, which have become viral upon posting on social media as cruel, chilling, and absolutely shocking, with most of them showing people being shot and some were lying down injured or unmovable, and this also captures the chaos in and out across the convention center, and out in the city's streets, as frantic people and bystanders tried running away from the danger. Here in the follow-up of this crisis, we have received word from the emergency management and local officials that the death toll has now risen up to 45, with injuries being estimated as many as up to 150 to 350 people, with few in critical condition. Local emergency officials have also reported that as many as between 35 to 50 people may have been injured as a result of vehicular accidents caused by a Chevrolet Caprice, which was recorded by a dashcam footage to have shot past the red light almost immediately after the first gunshots have rang out, and this has resulted in a traffic intersection accident which led to additional deaths and injuries. The driver and a passenger of the blue Chevrolet Caprice were suffered serious injuries, and are currently in intensive care. Meanwhile, we have also received word that another shooting has taken place approximately 4 miles apart from the site of the shooting, near the intersection of Whittier Boulevard and Euclid Avenue, where 3 people were killed. These shootings has resulted in the issuing of the shelter-in-place order by the mayor of Los Angeles, in conjunction with Los Angeles Police Department and Emergency Management, as investigations of the shootings, along with the search and capture of the possible perpetrators are taking place across the city. The mayor of the city of Los Angeles has called these shootings as the most scariest and darkest events in the city's history, and expressed his condolences and shock following these shootings. Some city officials and the public described these shootings, claiming that these are similar to the 2002 Beltway sniper attacks in which 10 people are killed and 3 people are injured, and more so recently, the Las Vegas shooting on October 1, 2017. Where 56 people are killed and a staggering 869 were injured, with 413 of them as a direct result of gunshot wounds. Some users on social media, immediately after these 2 shooting events, claimed that the events in Los Angeles were a mix of the DC sniper attacks and the Las Vegas shootings in 2002 and 2017 respectively, and believed that these perpetrators of these shootings must be obsessed or inspired by these attacks. Preliminary investigation from the Los Angeles Police Department said that the ballistic analysis of these bullets found from the victims of the convention center shooting last night are currently ongoing, but according to investigators, this might take less than 24 to 48 hours. Searches for any origin points on where the bullets have fired at the convention center are still underway. Police officers say that these incidents have resulted in widespread fear among the public, as millions of residents have feared that another shooting might take place somewhere across the city of Los Angeles. The LAPD chief of police has also expressed his concerns, as said in the following statement at 3:30 a.m. this early morning. just after these two shooting incidents have taken place across the city.
The police has currently closed down the Los Angeles Convention Center, and the intersection of Whittier Boulevard and Euclid Avenue is also being closed for the investigation. No one is allowed near that sites, but we will open them again until our criminal investigations are complete. While this may be a tragedy, we have to be vigilant and firm. With no leads to these shooters, then we have to assume that as long as the shooter remains at large, or if he remains alive and uncaptured, then he might and will strike again.
The chief of police has since been advising all residents in Los Angeles to stay indoors, as this is best to ensure your survival, due to concerns that more shootings will take place. He is also advising that those who noticed any suspicious or unusual activity in your area must dial 911 immediately, as the information regarding these shootings can be vital for their investigation.
The following message is transmitted at the request by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and the Office of the Governor of California. Several shootings have been reported in areas in and out across the city of Los Angeles and in other areas within the Los Angeles County. Locations where fatalities and injuries are reported are as follows: Walt Disney Concert Hall, the Santa Monica Pier, the 7-Eleven store in the neighborhood of University Park, and the Bank of America Financial Center at Laurel Canyon Boulevard in North Hollywood. Due to these circumstances, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, along with the Governor of California, is enacting a curfew for all of the Los Angeles County. The curfew will be in effect between 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. until further notice. Beginning at curfew, the Los Angeles Police Department and the California Highway Patrol will begin patrolling the streets in the city of Los Angeles and in most areas across the Los Angeles County. All residents hearing this message are urged to return to your homes if ordered to do so, as it is illegal to be out on the streets after the curfew has begun, and anyone caught outdoors will be arrested and charged. The homeless and those who are unable to go home will be accommodated accordingly. This curfew should not be used as an excuse for looting and other violent crimes, as these will not be tolerated and will face maximum charges if caught. Once again, All persons in the Los Angeles County are ordered to return to your homes. No one is allowed out on the streets during this curfew period from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Anyone caught outdoors during this curfew period will be arrested. Stay tuned to this station or other radio or television sources for further information and updates.
An administrative message from the Governor of California's office, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and the Los Angeles Police Department. At approximately 4:52 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, SWAT teams have located and arrested two men in a dark blue 2002 Dodge Charger, which is parked at a mobile gas station parking lot in Long Beach, California. The threat risks for more shootings across the city of Los Angeles and in areas across the southern Los Angeles County is over. However, be reminded that a curfew is still in effect, and that this curfew will conclude at 7 a.m. today. No one is allowed to be out on the streets during the remainder of the curfew period, or you will be arrested. Attempt to instigate looting or violent crimes may result in maximum charges upon arrest. Once again, the threat risks for more shootings across the city of Los Angeles and in areas across the southern Los Angeles County is over. However, no one is allowed to leave your homes until 7 a.m., or you will be arrested. Unruly behavior will not be tolerated, and doing so will result in arrest. This concludes all operations of the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems will now return to normal programming momentarily. Your government would like to thank all citizens for your cooperation during this event.